Oh.
Mom!
Hi everyone, I'm Sugar.
I'm Spice.
And this is our show, Two Brain Cells Left. I'm so excited for class today because we're learning about how to be a social media star.
We can blow more than kisses. I'm the doll on your wish list. They call us Sugarlicious, spicy hot and so delicious.
And Miss Vivalicious has entered the chat. Honey, I blew up the wall, okay?
Oh my God. I love it. I'm sorry. I have been looking forward to this episode because the girls, we've known each other for a minute, but I've loved you for a long time. Like, to me, you are the queen of social media. I'm like, this girl knows what she's doing. Like, I see the brains behind it all. So I'm just excited to pick your brain.
Yeah. No, I'm excited to pick y'all's too because I just like a conversational kind of podcast vibe.
Yeah.
I mean, I love to hear about myself, but at the same time, like when we can relate and also we have had the same journey and on kind of the same timeline because like we were blowing up around the same time.
Right. Yeah.
I feel like we have so much to talk about.
No,
No.
we do. Yeah.
When Spice and I were coming up with the concept for this episode, how to be a social media star, we were like, well, what social media star could we get? And obviously, I love calling you V. Is that cute?
Yeah, V.
I
people
like
call
Miss
you V?
Vivalicious.
Miss Vivalicious. Okay, I have like 3 names.
Okay.
My name.
Yeah, tell the girls.
Viandre. My alter ego, Miss Vivalicious. I do music, so that is what like I channel whenever I need to like get into the zone. And V is for my friends, my nickname, you know?
Right.
Well, I love it.
But sometimes it gets tricky because then when you say the nickname, then the people come up to you in real life thinking like, oh, if I go by like what her friends call her, like she's gonna think I'm like a closer friend, and then it's like, girl, I don't know you. You can't call me V.
Right. Boundaries for sure, always. But that's why I have the different names for different boundaries.
Yes.
Like I like to, let people in on a different level.
Now, V, I'm so curious. Even before you started posting on social media, what was your favorite things you were loving? Like, was it giving My Scene Games? Were you were YouTube girlies? Not like I need to hear.
I started off like doing when I was a child, the main thing that was blowing up was like YouTube videos,
Right.
like the Logan Pauls, like the daily
Yeah,
vlogs,
okay.
And so I really was just like I was on it. Like that's where I learned how to edit at a very young age. I was like
Same.
doing it on iMovie. And I
Yes.
originally started off on YouTube, and it
Oh,
was
you
not-
started making YouTube videos.
Yeah, it wasn't successful.
Are they out there? Are they out there in the archives, or are they deleted? Or
No, no, I deleted them.
okay.
But there's like a few out there.
They're
There's like
under
a
wraps.
trans Q&A I did in like sophomore year of high school,
Wow.
and then that got like 100,000 views.
Oh, that's big. Yeah.
Right? But at the same time, like the ones that I was doing before that were like 200 to 1,000,
Right.
So
You know
I
what we
feel like
always say? Sometimes posting videos, it's not for view count, it's for cunt factor.
It's for
So the
good,
girls
yes.
the girls
Even
that
if 2 people saw it.
like it
They
was
live
cunt
it.
for the girls that saw. Even if 10 people saw, it was still cunt.
Yeah, I mean, art is art,
Right.
Exactly.
and you have to learn. So I feel like that's what I was doing. I was learning over time, like how to essentially get all my skills that I have now for social media. But when it really took off was TikTok in like 2018,
Wow.
maybe 2017. It was during the era of like right before quarantine.
Do you remember
Right.
your first viral video? Like, was there ever, like, was it a slow build? Or was there that one video where you were like, oh my God, Mom, like, what's happening? Like,
Yes, it was like it was a slow build for sure. I'd say like I was just like making like stupid ass comedy videos. Like
Right.
I was literally just like none of them made sense. I was saying the most random stuff. I was lip syncing to the most random audios. And I think what really took it to the next level is when I started to implement like trans topics, because like I've always been an activist at heart when it comes to my community.
Right.
And I think like so has my mom, and so she really like lended me to set me up for like success when it came to giving myself a voice.
I
So your
love
mom
her
was-
supporting you out of the gate.
Oh,
I
for
love
sure. Yeah, my
that.
mom, like, she immediately, before I even transitioned, was at trans support groups. And
Oh, she's that
yeah.
girl.
Girl, she clocked my tea
Really?
immediately. She
Oh
said,
my God.
let me, you know what? Let me just get on the moans for her. Let me get everything set up for her. So,
Like, we need to celebrate that. And I've seen the
Yeah.
videos of your mom. Side note, her mom is gorgeous. Like literally, y'all
She's
could pass as like
gorgeous.
It runs in the
sisters.
family.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, baby. But we should celebrate parents that uplift their kids. And
Oh, for sure.
was that?
I mean, look at you now. It's like, because I feel like you went from, what would you say was a 0 to 100 thing, or no?
In what way?
Like in the sense of being like, oh, I can do this full time. Like this is a career for me. Like, was it always just fun, or were you like always like, oh, I'm trying to make this a career, trying to get money?
Oh, babe, it was always a career. Like I
Yes.
never like
Yes.
I have my own pseudonym, like you know what I mean? Like
Oh, you were red. Oh, so she was.
I never
planning it
even
out.
put my legal name out there. Like
Oh, you're
She's
good.
girl, I was like I had a stage name from the jump. Like
I'm obsessed with
so
that.
Oh, girl,
this has
it
always
was
been a
written
part
in the
of it.
stars.
Exactly.
But no wonder why you're where you're at now, because we see people, they blow up and they're like, I didn't know what I was doing. This was all like, but I genuinely feel like to blow up now, you really have to be intentional with your videos.
Yeah.
And I love what you were saying about even just sharing your journey, or even just like once you start showing your personality, I feel like that's what's really gonna make you blow up, because let's face it, there's certain girls where they're just TikTok pretty and they lip sync and they can get a million views, but I feel like to really build an engaged fan base, you literally just have to speak to the
Yeah.
camera.
You do. I think I like one of my first viral videos when it came to like trans topics was just like I made a coming out video on TikTok, and I got like 30K views. It's pretty
Wow.
exciting for me.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah,
oh
of
my
course.
gosh.
Yeah.
At the time, I had like less than 1,000 followers, so
Wow.
I people were very interested, intrigued, and like I think. Especially because I was like a literal baby talking to the screen,
Right.
talking about like being so proud about myself and like just so open. I
Oh my
think people
God.
wanted to hear that, and so I dipped into it. I think activism was a part of my life before social media. So that was my message that I always wanted to spread. I just didn't know it yet. Like I just was having fun. And it was more of a hobby before it became a job.
Right.
And I love my job now. Like, it can be stressful when it comes to just like being so vulnerable for people, especially when it comes to trans topics, just because like so many people perceive you in different ways. And,
No, I was gonna
Oh
say,
my
and
God.
we talked about this before, but do you ever have those moments where you're, because I know a lot of girls are like, oh, I wouldn't want to talk about it, or like, but
Yeah.
like, didn't you say something like how you're like, I like how it's just out, it's all out in the open. It's like you're gonna like me for me. Here it is.
Exactly. No, we were talking about that a long time ago, actually, like when we were going out.
No, our little pretty girl era.
But
Yeah.
I was just
Yeah.
so proud of Spice for like, and both of you to like always continue to be yourselves. And you were talking about on a podcast, I think it was on Trisha's.
Yes.
Where you're just saying like we are ourselves and we continue to be ourselves because it weeds out those who aren't gonna love us for us.
It's true. You know what?
Exactly.
Because I always think of it
Exactly.
as like, why present such a image of what you think people are gonna like? Because eventually they're gonna see the real you. The representative is gonna go bye-bye,
Right.
and the real you is gonna come knocking on the door.
Right.
So I say just get it. I mean, we don't have to trauma dump on the first date.
Yeah.
But if they just
Right.
get an idea, like for me, I'm like, I'd rather them know what I do and that I'm a drag queen. I'm like, girl,
Yeah.
this is. I'm not here. I'm not educating you, girl. Do your own research.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. I don't like to be an educational book anymore. I think that's what my job is. If I'm gonna have
Right.
a conversation with you, I want it to be genuine and you to actually be interested in me. And I don't view like I have a persona online, and I think that can be like being redundant in my topics. And I think that's necessary when it comes to
Right.
the algorithms that we have to.
People
adapt
don't
to.
Oh, we
realize
need-
that though.
We
Oh,
need to get
yeah.
into the algorithm of it all
Yeah.
and getting the girls mad.
Oh,
and
I'm excited to teach a lesson tonight.
yes, we
I'm
are going to be
excited.
teaching
Yes.
all of the lessons. We have the expert here. So when we come back, we're going to get into all of the tea with Miss V. Ooh, I just came up with
Oh,
that.
she's a puppet.
That's iconic.
Maybe she has more than 2 brain cells.
You know.
Okay. Sweetie,
oh.
this is my line. Thank you. Let
No,
me have
girl,
my
this is
moment.
my line.
Let me have my moment. Thank you,
World
sweetie.
Okay,
star!
girl.
What's ironic is that literally, sweetie, that was my line, was literally my line. So thank you.
Girl, you're not making sense. Continue.
Well, anyway, I think we should just, I think for the kids at home, we should just kind of paint the picture. To me, we have 3 little steps on how to become a social media star. I'm curious what y'all think. I mean, my first step would definitely be just to post. Get yourself out of there. You know the people, they're like, oh, but I don't have the right camera. I'm not. Girl, literally, your first video doesn't have to be a viral video, but you have to get used to being seen, being perceived. I think that's the trick. A lot of people, I hear they want to be a social media star, but if you're not even fine with 2 people from home viewing you and hating on you, then girl, you're not going to be cut out for it. So you got to get yourself
Right.
out there.
For me, it's the mindset of like turning your haters into somebody that is just boosting you.
Yep.
And that also like
Mhm.
adapts spiritually when it comes to like, even if somebody's giving you like negative attention, like you gonna take that negative attention and turn it into positive the way that you're feeling it out back into the world, especially when it comes to posting, because people can be very negative these days.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
But joke's on them because they don't realize that algorithm doesn't know that you're hating. It just sees numbers and engagement. Oh, we got to send this out. People like it, I guess. So.
if you're watching, you like it. It was suggested for a
Yeah.
reason.
Like, I don't get when, like, even for us, when we started going
Exactly.
viral in the beginning on social media, people would be like, oh, does the hate bother you? I'm like, girl, why would the hate from the Bible Belt bother me? It would be people hating, like, oh, this is wrong. You're a man. And I'm like, but girl, they're not my people anyway. But the good thing is that they help you get out to the people that are meant to see you because they're commenting and then you just go more viral
Right.
to find your audience. So that's how we always thought of it.
Absolutely.
We were jumping for joy. Like when we were on Long Island doing TikTok, we're like, ooh, it hit the Bible Belt. We
Yeah.
got the first,
Yeah.
is that James Charles in a wig? And then we were like, good. And literally, we would take the negative
We would literally
comments,
look for the most negative
and
thing.
then
Yeah.
we would respond to it in like a transition video where we jump into the heels. And it got, and I want to know your take on this because for us, it felt redundant because that's what was doing well. And people are like, if something does well, they want to keep seeing that.
Yeah.
But then on the creator side, you're like, oh, girl, I'm so bored of this. I want to do this. So how do you like work with the algorithm and also being an
implementing what you
artist
want.
and making content you like as well?
I'd say like being multifaceted is a big thing. Like always have what your end goal is going to be in mind. I mean, like some people don't take social media that seriously at the beginning, and then it becomes that serious
Right.
because it's something that can make you money and it is a job.
Right.
But I feel like in that sense, you need to look at the way that people are viewing you and like perceive it in a different way. Like you have to look outside of your own body when it comes
Okay,
to
look
that.
at like
I
be
love that.
analytical with yourself.
Zoom out.
Yes,
almost. Like,
yes.
okay,
Zoom
yes.
out.
Zoom out.
Don't like I know it could be easy to like feel like it's redundant, but you know, that's what the algorithm is at the end of the day. And so
Right.
you have to kind of give it what it wants. But just always like having like healthy boundaries when it comes to that. Like how much are you sharing?
Right.
And like how much are you willing to give to people? Is it taking from your mental health? Is it making you happy?
I love
Even if it's doing
that.
good,
Yeah.
like
Because
who
people,
cares?
But
Like
people will be shady. They'll only engage with one thing and then go, "Why do you only do this one thing?" So that's why I'm like, "But girl, you're interacting with it." So we always would say like, you kind of have your bread and butter. So you have your bread and butter viral videos that you pull out. You're like, "Okay, everyone loves it." Like for us, it was the transition videos or
Yeah.
just whatever. We all have it.
Yeah.
But then I feel like with any artist or even just like a pop star or whatever, it's like you give them what they want, and then you always have the thing for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And ultimately, I'm like, it's not even to give people what they want. I feel like the trick is to give them what they don't know they want yet. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like,
well, that's
so
the trick to
ultimately,
being successful.
people actually want to see what you want to do because at the end of the day, if you don't want to do a video and it reads, like no one's gonna want to watch that. You
Yeah.
know? So I don't
Do you
know.
I
feel
don't know
that?
personally. Like I could fake it if it like.
Well, girl, we are the actresses,
But we
baby.
can act,
But we
baby.
can
Yeah.
act,
Yeah,
and we can get
like,
if we know.
You know, like
Okay, T.
the authenticity
Yeah.
can be like manufactured.
Okay,
Right.
well, let's get
You know
into
that?
that. So, me and Miss Spice, like when we started on TikTok, girl, we were trolling the house down
Yeah.
because it worked.
Also
I
very
mean,
important to be a troll. Like
No.
you have to be a little
Be a
Girl.
troll to go viral. Oh my god. Like,
Yeah.
girl, no one's gonna go viral just like minding their P's and Q's and be like, I love everyone and rainbows and sparkles. No, girl. People
we need
are
to
negative
start
as
a
hell.
conversation. If you want to like be somebody that makes change in the world, you have to actually make the change and become a movement.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? Oh, that is so good that you mentioned change because when you're starting out on social media and, all three of us, we wanted to make an impact. We're thinking like what is our, our blueprint, what is it, a footprint?
The blueprint, sweetie.
No, the footprint we leave behind. Right?
The friends we made along the way?
Yes, well that too.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
Something like that.
Sure.
Like that.
What was I trying to say? Oh yeah. So you have to like think about these things. It's like I don't know what I was saying.
That's okay.
Girl, you are
You
one
wanna
brain
restart?
cell left today.
I'm just happy that I'm pretty. No thoughts, just pretty.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, so you're saying it's more mindset. Like, you have to be in the mindset to be perceived, not care, deal with the hate.
Yeah, I mean, it all starts with confidence, and
Mm.
you have to look at yourself like as a star. You
Oh,
have
girl,
to.
it is all self-concept. Let's get into that, girl.
No,
Yeah.
actually, let's get into that because nowadays, it used to be way easier to go viral, less people were doing it. Now, everyone and their mother, they're on Instagram, TikTok, they're trying to go viral. So it does, like, I see videos, they're like, oh, well, you should do this and post at this time and da da da. I'm like, girl, no. At the end of the day, you have to be a star now. A star is a star. You could be the most. You can't create a formula to go. If someone's iconic and viral, they're gonna go viral.
I think it's obviously important to be consistent and on top of like what's trending sometimes.
Well,
but,
yes,
yes.
like you need to also pioneer something that is unique to you so people can remember it.
Okay, well, this is perfect. This is
Exactly.
the next step. This segues into that perfectly. We always say. So now once you're posting, now if you really want to take it to the next level and really be a social media star, we always
Internet
say
celebrity.
that's a niche internet celebrity.
Yeah.
That's when you have to start really branding yourself or kind of because I feel like a lot of people they'll give advice. They're like, oh, you have to find your niche.
Yeah.
I would say
You are your niche.
be like find your actually don't find your niche, find what makes you uniquely different and then kind of go in on that because that's how you're really gonna separate yourself from other content creators.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're separating yourself, I feel like that will make you stand out more.
Right, exactly.
I agree.
I think right now there's a lot of people who like are trying to follow like a set rubric of what makes you famous.
Right.
And it really is easy to do that these days. Like
Do you think there is like a form do you feel like there is a formula now?
Yeah, it's like the get ready with me, be
Mhm.
personable, and be a little quirky.
Oh, girl.
Show
The Emma
your true
Chamberlain-
self.
The Emma Chamberlain effect, and she was genius. But then all you bitches tried copying her, and it didn't work because you got to be the first one to do it. I think, in my
Yeah,
mind, if you
yeah.
really, if you want to
You
have,
have to be
yeah.
a trendsetter to be able to like be the one that is the
Right.
one.
Okay, Viandra, here's my little Barbara Walters moment.
Give it to me.
Sugar Walters.
Sugar Walters, baby. What would you tell that young Viandra, that young girl that posted her first video that got 30K views? What would you tell her now that you're on the other side of it with the success, with being established? What would you go back and say?
I'd say to not like lose the passion because I felt like that's what kind of happened for me. Like I lost the joy and spark in it, and I think it was just due to burnout. Like every single day trying to post something new.
Falling subject. It's a rat race.
It really is, and it makes you feel exhausted mentally, physically, in every single way. And so I'd really just say to continue to like not lose that spark, but to like also don't be afraid to dip into the other passions that was in the long-term goal for you. So like it's okay to like step back from something that once was good because maybe that was a time of your life. Maybe that was a chapter to teach you something. But that's why like for me now I'm like hopping into music because I was always doing like audios and trending sounds.
You're
It was
making everyone.
inevitable. It was inevitable.
You're
It
making
was
everyone
inevitable.
else's song go viral, girl. I'll
Why
make my
can't I make
song.
my own song go viral, you
Right,
know?
right.
And as soon as I did that, it was immediate, you know?
But you know
Yeah.
what?
It's like they were waiting for it.
They
But that's
were.
what that's
They
one of
were.
the things that inspires me so much about you and just being in your presence because I think a lot of people that do social media, it's more or little kids now, they want to be a TikToker, they want to be whoever, they want to be in the spotlight, but it's more so a vanity thing. It was my follower in this, but to me, I see someone that has true artistry and talents and it's like you want to get like I see someone that's trying to capitalize on their platform, trying to like actually impact people even further than just a quick video because we
Yeah.
all love a short form thing, but let's face it, people's attention spans, they are so quick, they are so fickle, and that goes into the rat race. It's like you could post an amazing video, an amazing look, amazing art, but people are like, yeah, okay, on to the next. What's the next one? They don't care. Like
Is
you
that
know,
why you are expanding into music now? Was it a switch of like, okay, like,
'Cause
I need
music
something new?
lasts.
Or was music always something, maybe it was like a distant dream that you never thought you could do? And now
It
with.
was a distant dream.
Okay.
Like I was always in like academically I was in choir and then I was in my jazz choir and I was also in my dance team for like 3 or 4 years of all of my high school years. And it was just something that I fell in love with, like just using my voice and
Right.
at least like expressing my emotions through music was or at least like living through others with their songwriting and just like it always helped me get through everything. And so now I kind of want to be that person. I don't think there's a lot of like mainstream trans pop stars.
Right.
There isn't.
There's
And
not.
It's you, girl.
especially
Girl, it's
being-
you.
Girl, it's you. We're
No.
sitting with her right now, baby.
You know,
Yeah.
at that, there's not a lot of like black and Latin
Oh,
pop
great.
stars, especially with
No.
the intersectional identity of being trans. And so,
No.
like, I honestly think we are where the
Girl, you're here. She's
movement-
arrived.
the movement has been birthed from us. Like everything when it comes to culture, ballroom,
Absolutely.
the language, like it is all from trans women. And so I think that, you know, when I'm making my music and when I'm putting out these songs, it's almost like I'm reclaiming the genre.
Right.
Because-
Yes,
Right.
absolutely.
I feel like I really love hyperpop. That's like the one that I
Yes.
specialize in.
Love.
But-
I'm just a doll. That's why on the.
Well, you know what? I'm excited because we definitely have to make. For recess time, we want to show everyone how we actually make a viral video.
Yeah.
So we all have music here, so I definitely want to do a little
We do?
collab moment where we
Yes.
use our songs and kind of troll the girls.
Oh, for sure. We're gonna give it to them.
Well, you know what? Before we cut to break, my one last question on the music topic, because you have all these expertise in making a viral video.
Yeah.
Did that help you when it came to making a viral verse a la It Girl featuring Andre? Like, and
did.
also tell us about how It Girl happened and that whole moment.
For me, yes. Okay. Yes. Okay.
I love this.
Yeah, I
Let's
love your verse, girl.
go.
We want Miss Aaliyah on the show too, and like I'm sure we'll
Yeah.
ask her as well. But
Oh,
like,
bitch, let me text her. She would be so
Okay,
down. She would be
okay,
down.
okay.
Look.
but give us the It Girl fantasy, how that happened, because it was like viral out of the gate.
Yeah, I would say like for me, when it comes to the concept of going viral, it has always been like reclaiming. As a trans person, I am very like just endangered with the way that people talk to me, with the way that people harass me, and so like that can include slurs, that can include like just the way that they talk about you, like you're not even there in the comments, you know. And so I kind of like took all of those things in the verse and I
Girl,
decided
you're good.
to-
It's so good.
like the main line that everybody gets like so hung up on is TRANNY.
N-A-Y.
That is how I'm one of the
guys. Between my thighs.
Yeah.
Optimus
Wait,
Prime.
people were mad about that?
No.
Girl,
so
they're always mad.
I'd
of
say like tranny is a slur that we are called all the time when it comes to just like people trying to be rude
Of
to
course,
us. And
right.
so I think that a form of like at least
Like reclaiming it in a sense.
yes, exactly.
Like,
I was reclaiming everything that was I
Taking
was
the
being
power back.
called. Yeah, taking
Girl,
the
that's
hate comments
alchemy.
back. Yeah,
like
so
yes.
I essentially just put all of those things that people say about me and was reclaiming like in a
And that was
positive
your-
way and making it empowering, like to yes, I am a doll, and
Mm.
if you are gonna call me that, let me spell it out for you, you know?
Yes.
So-
Let's spell it out for the girls
Let
at
me
home.
beat you to the punch and profit while you stream my song, baby, because
Exactly.
it's not adding up. The girls are in the comments all mad, but babes, I'm pretty sure to end up on someone's timeline, you have to have a search history. You have to have an engagement history.
Clock it.
So clearly they have been on your profile before.
I mean,
They've been on there. Yeah, there's so many haters who like hate, follow, lurk.
Girl, they're
and-
upset.
And I'm
Yeah.
sure they're not
upset.
following. You're saved on a link in their notes, girl, for when it's time to do. Girl, they're obsessed. They're obsessed.
And like on a deeper level, I feel like the people who were you could laugh at that verse. Like you could take it as somebody who was like laughing at a trans person, and I think that is something that also makes it like inclusive in the way where it feels empowering for trans people.
Right.
And it feels like some people are looking at it as a joke on the outside in. And so
That's
it's like,
interesting.
you know, I think because I know what it means to me, I don't care.
Yeah.
That's
And-
all that matters.
And yeah, so
Yeah.
I honestly like taking away those like hate comments that I usually get and throwing it back at them was the way to do it, just because I think that's also the way that like it was going to be successful.
Of course.
An
of
anthem
course.
for the girls is like it,
And that was your
you know.
first. That was your first basic release, essentially.
That
or?
was my first.
What a
release ever.
relief.
But I love that. I love you dipping your toe and letting the girls have a little bit, not the full
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I like to implement my kind of like internet trolling into
Yes.
the lyricism. I think it has changed a little bit for me. Now I want to like story tell and like,
Yes.
you know, not just like blurt out
Right.
random little things.
Well,
that
you
can
know what?
get
That's
me
why
killed.
I'm excited for us to get in the studio and make our magic
Yes!
together.
Oh,
because
I'm so excited.
First of all, like I just love to collaborate with other people that inspire me and are so artistic.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like we could probably relate to each other in the sense of, girl, I was watching an Addison Wright interview the other day, and they were asking her about,
I'm a big fan, by the way.
Yes, we love Addison. She's one of our
Hey,
dream
Addison.
guests, yes.
Hey, girl.
But they were asking her, they're like, oh, like people think it's so crazy to go from TikTok and then go to music. But to me, or just go to other avenues, or like, God forbid someone uses social media to benefit them to get them into the rooms that they've always wanted to go into. Like, I'm
God
like, girl,
forbid.
this is no, TikTok is no different than
I
people
was
used to
just
blow up on
watching that
YouTube.
interview like literally 2 nights ago. Are you talking about the
Yes,
one on like
I love
Yeah,
the radio?
Elvis Duran. Yeah,
Yes, no, I love Addie too.
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
Girl,
But
okay,
she
side
inspires
note about that
me.
interview. Okay, so for the girls at home, Addison Rae did an interview talking about Diet Pepsi, and the guy, Elvis Duran, I'm sorry, he rubbed me the wrong way. He was trying, it was so like misogynistic. He was trying to implement that her music video was racy. I'm like, and then I loved her response because
Her
she was
response
like,
was
so good.
amazing.
she
Yeah,
basically
yeah.
said, "That's cute that you think that, but I didn't think it was
But I'm an
racy,
artist,
and it was
and-
fun and about being a free spirit." And she ate him up in the most
That
classy
was
way.
so beautiful to me. Just because
Mhm.
like everybody views different like actions and like
They see
especially-
titties and think sex. I'm like, girl, she's being
Yes.
quirky, and it was cinematic.
It
and,
was
like, you know
not,
what I
Why
mean?
can't we
like-
think of like sexualness as something that's beautiful or
Right.
storytelling? And I feel like that is something that is some that is something that is something that is something.
That is something. But no, I agree. There's a difference between giving artistic sexuality compared to Lincoln Bio. Like, it's very both are valid, but very two different things. Like,
I agree. And you know what? Just wrapping up this TikTok and music combo, Addison Rae is a great example that everything is building, you know? And I loved her just talking about, well, you know, like I want to be an inspiration for people that, you know, you don't have to follow the classic route and you can just have fun and then it could take you to
well,
where you
thank
wanna
God
go.
for social media, because now we don't have to go through the gatekeepers of a record label and this. If you're a star and if you know it, bitch, no one's stopping you. Put the
Yeah.
camera up and put yourself out there.
A true star will use the resources that they have.
Yes. That's the bell. We could be rambling and talking about TikTok music, Addison Rae all day. When we come back, we're going to play our favorite segment called Show and Tell.
Mwah.
Okay, and we're back, and now it's time for show and tell. Viandre, what are you showing us today?
Okay, so I want to start like we're taking it back to childhood.
All right, let's go back. Yes.
Let's take a blast from the past. So this is one of my favorites ever.
Oh,
Girl, I saw that before, PB, and I was like, this is one of the.
Gagged a little, huh?
And can you explain to the audience at
I
home
will
how rare
explain.
this doll is?
So I'm a doll collector. These two are doll collectors, obviously.
they didn't know.
I
But
mean,
they didn't know.
Can I
Don't
collect
expose
that,
us,
guys?
girl.
Like-
Now you're blocking our tea.
She's like an RT girl.
But this in the doll community is a very rare doll. It was only produced like I think 10,000 times, which and it also only came in a play set. And just being very nerdy right now, but
Oh, girl, we've done full episodes
Yes.
talking about like the difference between 90s Barbie and 2000s Barbie. So it's a safe space.
yes, for sure. And I think she represents me the most. She's like a little
I
mixed
love
girl,
her.
you know. I think she's
Wow.
black and Latina. I mean, all of the brats are like
It's up to you.
up to
decide.
you.
Right, yeah.
They don't put like a race on the dolls.
Right,
right.
So
I kind of love that. It's like whatever
Yeah.
you want it to be.
this one really like represents me.
Oh my
And
gosh.
when
I want
found
to
her
see
online,
you in this.
yeah, we gotta get me in a look. I would love to cosplay this.
Girl, if I ever do your makeup, we have to give this fantasy.
This fantasy, the
because-
Space Angels fantasy. Yeah, so this is my doll that I collect. And like I collected them as a young child, and like I think that Bratz really put me into like I saw myself in them, and that's the way I feel like I saw femininity.
Yeah,
Right.
Is that crazy? Like I,
love
saw them
this,
through my
though.
dolls. like-
Yes, but
Yeah.
people, so many, the soccer moms, they all try to hate on the brats and stuff and thinking they're a bad image. It's like, girl, no, when you're a little kid, we just saw the glam and the fantasy, the inspiration.
Right. No, like I mean, they can be a little racy, you know, like they
Right.
got the crop tops and everything that make them like they look like they're going to the club. I think that was the
Right.
point. But you know,
They're countrified.
I wanted to live that fantasy, and you know, that's what made me into the doll I am today. So
Now, my question for you is: your mom was supportive of you growing up. Did she let you have dolls?
oh yeah,
Okay,
she,
thank
she
God.
bought them for me immediately.
I'm
Yes.
obsessed.
Yeah, I think that was like really her way of telling even that I was trans, because she would see that I would like push away the truck and want the doll, you know.
Obsessed.
And so like she's like, let me just give her what she wants. Like if she's gonna
Give
whatever
them what
makes
they
the kid
want.
happy, you
Right.
know?
Exactly, and
That's
that should
true.
always be the
Yes.
motto. Now, what is your next item, Ms. V?
My next item is this is my powerful portable ring light. I used it for all of my
Oh.
content during like all of my blow up during quarantine.
Girl,
I
I'm
use
gonna have
it
to get on
now.
that.
All you girls at home want the Alex Earl light. I need to get myself the Andre light.
This is the Vivalicious light. It's very much available on Amazon, very much exclusive, very much expensive.
Right.
I got it because I did an ad
me see
with
her.
it was for Glad's 20 under 20,
Okay.
and they wanted to do it was like in partner with Google Pixel. And so we had to do a photo shoot during quarantine in our homes, and this light,
Ooh.
it's so powerful.
Oh, but
It's
people
so-
don't
You're gonna have to send me
realize
the
the
link.
power of a light.
Yeah.
Like, girl.
So during this photo shoot, I discovered this light, and I never went back. It
Wait,
was
can I see?
my favorite ever.
I love it because sometimes we don't need a stark light, but I feel like people don't realize like you never want an overhead light because that's when you see the lash.
Yeah.
You wanna.
We want it right in front of the face. I would.
Right. But underlit is bad too, because then it gets a little spooky.
Let me just like I'm gonna take this.
Let's
off
get
right
a little like a little
Oh, a
tutorial.
little tutorial.
Here. You know,
Yeah.
you gotta get one that you get a tripod specifically, because I used to literally just like balance it and it would just continue to fall, and one of
Me.
them did break. So yeah, but they can survive water. They can survive anything. But
No, this is
I've
so-
done the trial and error.
No, this is so sickening. I think we were at like Chrissy Chapekla's like Halloween party or something
Yeah.
last year,
Yeah.
and I was so impressed by you. And at the same time also felt so seen because, you know, the party's going on and then you were like, girl, I'm getting my content. And we did a full photo shoot.
Yes, I was
Yeah.
gagged because you are like, when it comes to all of the takes that we were taking, I was just like, oh,
Director Sugar
she's
came in.
a director. Like,
Wait, what
oh my
happened?
goodness.
Set the scene. What were you directing? Like,
We
was
were
it like
just,
Get
That was
Lower,
a full
Arch the
pussy
Butt?
stunt video.
Yeah, just a pussy style.
Oh, well, right.
And we were both, me and Zaya, my friend, were in like these cheerleader outfits,
Yeah.
and we just wanted to get the moment, but it was like, I don't know, we stopped the party, you know?
No, it was such a moment. And I always say when it comes to making content, don't care about the people watching you because think about it. Tomorrow morning, you're not going to even care about the people watching you. You're going to care if the content was sickening or not.
Yeah. Tea.
Yeah.
So,
And it
suit
was
everyone.
sickening, and I was gagged. I was like, okay, wait, I got an actual. It
Yeah.
was not given scrums. It was given.
Right.
you
Because
know?
we've all had that
No, because
experience.
the video is only as good as the person filming it for
Yeah.
you. Just as your pictures are only. Girl, if you have a shady friend of me getting your pictures, it's not gonna give. It's gonna be like one and done. It's like,
Yeah.
girl, we need angles. We need. But also, I don't need too much. Like when someone takes too many pictures, like I think they think they're giving. Like, oh, I'm giving. But I don't want. I'm like too into. I don't want to have 10,000 of the same one.
Yeah.
Like, just give me a couple different angles.
Yeah.
We can never be happy as humans. It's like either you didn't take enough photos, you took too much. It's like,
Right.
let's see the next item.
I know, yeah. So this was this item. It's what I use for everything, my content now.
I love it.
But into the next item. This is actually the same mic that I used for It Girl.
Ooh.
This is the same mic that I used for my recent single Doll.
Ooh.
And you would be gagged. You would be gagged because it is literally a Yeti mic.
Wow.
Okay, so give us
Wow.
the tea on the mics.
Well, like when it comes to like recording a song, you want the mic to be at least a little better.
Right.
Like one that's a step up from this is like an Audio Technica mic.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
But I originally started like my music on BandLabs, and that's how I made the song in general. Like when I was recording my It Girl verse, we ended up using the take that was on this mic. Like we went to the studio
Oh,
and we
wow.
redid it, but it was we just like
Wow.
liked the original one.
That it goes to show.
It's the
I mean,
flavor.
It's
no,
the juice.
but honestly, it's like you think you have to have the. That's why you should never let the right equipment stop you from actually going for your dream. Girl, I really,
Yes,
girl,
yes.
Ding-a-ling was recorded on a potato in my like it was like
Right.
not a potato. It was like the cheapest little mic.
Yeah.
And like you know, I'll listen to it sometimes, and I'm like, ooh, that's you know when I
Yeah.
we just know a mic when it gets a little close for
Yeah.
comfort,
Yeah.
but
It just like
you wouldn't know. It's really great quality.
Thank you. All you really need is like a good preset. I mean, for me, I really like the scratchiness of the vocal because like it for me, I'm like it's kind of like a baby doll voice,
Right.
but mixing it with like undertones of like my voice as a trans woman, and so yeah, I think it like perfectly encapsulated
love
everything that
her.
I needed.
I love her. We have to thank her.
Yeah,
we have to thank her for what she gave to
Yes.
for the girls.
She gives cute demos at home whenever I need to like get some inspiration, but
Love a
like,
cute demo.
you know, now I have upgraded, and this is where it all began.
I love it. Oh,
Yes.
well, did we have a photo?
Oh.
Did we have a photo?
Do we have an old school photo, baby?
Well, yes. This is my first photo of me going to school in girls' clothes.
You were the cutest little thing.
I've always been a fashionista.
Oh my girl,
Wait, I
you
see
were
the Bratz
you popped,
influence even back then.
Yeah.
girl, you popped out of the womb a star.
The pose you went ding.
She knew her angle.
But I love that about you because you always have iconic poses. Like, what's that one pose you do where you go like you do that one like
Yeah. Ooh, can we get a little posing teach, a little Tyra moment?
For sure. Yeah. Have your signature poses. I mean, for me in this one, it was very much, you know,
I like that, right?
cutesy
You were
little
cute.
girl.
You were demure and cutesy before all of them.
But yeah, this photo just brings me back to like, this is my first time. I remember telling my mom, like, I'm not going back to school unless if I am in the clothes that represent what is inside of
Oh
me.
my
I'm
God.
obsessed.
And so, yeah, that was girls' clothes. And I mean, girls' clothes, you don't need to put gender on clothes.
I mean, why do I feel like this picture could literally be a meme? It's giving like when it's like gathered. Do you know what I mean?
Gather!
Like,
gather her.
Or like I need to
Gather.
post that and be like, just cleared a bitch. Do you know what I
It's a
mean? It's very
very
that.
I should put that on like a photo dump.
No,
Yeah.
you should.
That's
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gather
But,
her.
Yeah, I was really happy this day because I finally just got to show the world myself.
I
The
love
world being my
that.
elementary school.
You were in alignment with who you truly are.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, well, that's the bell. When we come back, we're going to give our closing tips on how to be a social media star with V.
Okay, and we are back. I'm curious, girls, what would you say to someone if they're like, I want to do this, I want to be a social media star, I want to be going viral? Like, what would be maybe just your end all, be all advice that you would give them?
Always have an end term goal or like just be thinking about the bigger picture. These things are temporary and you need to think about it in the way of like how you're branding yourself. If it's all off like looks, prettiness, like
Right.
it can't just be the shallow side of you. I mean, that's fun if you want to be like appreciated for that and
Right.
like do thirst traps and stuff. But
Right.
like what's really gonna stick with people is a message that like brings self-confidence to those and just like positivity, you know.
It's how you make people feel.
Yeah, I mean, and it could also be like you're the villain of whatever.
right.
Yeah,
story
lean
it
into
is.
that. If you're
But
nasty, be a cunt.
just show your personality is what I'm saying.
Yes.
Because like if you are going to continue to brand yourself, you need something that is of substance.
Right.
So,
Authenticity, baby.
Well, I love that
Exactly.
because even it's back in the day when people were just models, there was always a time slot of, oh, you could only do it for so long. But then the smart models like Tyra and stuff, they knew to branch off to other things, go into acting,
Yes.
do a talk show, create your own
Yeah.
show.
And,
So I think
like,
it's
yeah.
the same thing with being a social media star.
Exactly. For me personally, like my next step is music. The next step could be acting. You know, like I'm not gonna put all my things out there, but I will say that I do have plans, and I think that you should too.
No, I love it.
Absolutely. I mean, just sitting here and experiencing your energy, girl. The sky is the limit for you. And Spice, I love what you said about the, the models and branching off. I mean, I always say you need to have that Tyra Banks business mindset because she knew what her next step was before she was done with modeling. It's kind of like before you break up with your trash man, you have the side hoe that you know you're going to end up with for long term.
Right.
So
okay.
definitely think bigger
Period.
picture. One closing note from Miss Sugar. All this talk about going viral. I actually think nowadays you shouldn't even try to go viral. I think it's more about building community.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's actually what's good. And also with brand, if you really want to get paid, they're looking at engagement now because anyone could buy 1 million followers. You know, it's if there's a will, there's a way. But you can't deny a true engaged fan base. You really can't deny that. You can't fake
If
that.
you look at it, like the people who really have a cult fan base is like the Barb's, Nicki Minaj, and
Right.
somebody who really like pioneered herself, gave community to her fans, and she actually cares about them. Like she cares about the people that support her. If you care about the people that support you, they will care about you. Like
It will take you to the next level.
exactly.
Yeah, they
If
will.
people and that energy of people wanting to see you succeed will manifest and become like reality, but you have to genuinely like be genuine.
Yes.
I don't know, like
Yeah,
not
lit-
be in it for just like
Right.
Absolutely.
you know,
Like,
money.
don't only be nice because you want them to like you. It's like,
Don't be
no.
nice because you want something. Be nice
Right.
because
That's who you are.
that's the foundation of your brand and who you are. I think that's like what can really set you apart from other people.
I love this. I love how over here on Two Brain Cells Left, we always kind of end up in a inspirational moment, or it always gets very spiritual with us real quick. But I wouldn't have it any other way because it's like it's all fun and games, but there's always a spirituality behind it to truly be in alignment to even to have a platform.
Yeah.
Well,
Totally.
Miss V. Andre, any last words? Where can the girls find you?
The girls can find me anywhere you look up Beyondre and it's there. So,
Yes.
but mainly look me up on Spotify and listen
Yeah.
to my
So-
music.
When's
Look
the new
me up
song
on
coming
Apple
out?
Music. The new song Mother is coming out at the end of September. I'm super excited.
yeah.
Oh, it's probably already out by
It's
the
probably
time they see
already out.
this.
Yes, I hope you're enjoying it.
Yes. Okay, go stream Mother.
Go stream
Yes.
Mother.
Yes.
Otherwise, you can find find me on Instagram, Beyondre Mitchell. YouTube, Beyondre Mitchell. TikTok, Beyondre. So, yeah.
And I guess speaking of being
Is it
a
time?
mother,
Is it time to go shave our grandma's back?
well, I was gonna say we should shave our mom's back or
Our
our
mother's
mother's back.
Okay, well, when we're back, we're gonna wait. What is it?
Just say with us our ending line. It's just been natural. Girl, can I speak? We're just gonna say we're gonna go shave our mother's back. Bye.
Okay. Okay, up here.
Okay.
Okay.
Got
All right. 1, 2, 3.
We're gonna go shave our grandma's. Oh, I messed it up,
Grandma,
mother.
Go-
Take 2.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. We're gonna go shave our mother's back. Bye. Two Brain Cells Left is produced by Moguls of Media, aka Mom.
Hosted by Sugar and Spice.
Produced by Joseph Shepard.
AV technical direction and editing by Margot Padilla.
AV technician Kyle Mapson.
With theme music by Sugar and Spice.
Media and design support by Stone Cole.
Set design by Eris Sevilla.
Executive produced by Willem Alaska, Big Dipper, Camille Stennis, and Joe Cilio.
Recorded at Forever Dog Productions.